probably almost didn't know where I was going to. So what I was trying to do with the business, was I trying to grow it to a sellable asset? Was I trying to grow it to a point where we would acquire different companies?
In simple terms, Jeff was sticky to his business. What that meant was there were certain processes and certain steps in his business that relied on Jeff's input. Now, Jeff's very strong at systems and process because that's the nature of who he is, but he'd still built himself into the business.
When I started working with Lawrence and go through that, it was how do I scale the business? And I think one of the things was how do I make sure that I decouple myself from any sort of tasks. And rather than me be the restrictive factor in any of that process, I think I was looking for a way to understand how to structure a business better.
First of all, really tried to identify what good looked like for him in the future. He'd never thought like that before. He'd never taken the step to basically create time, step back from his business and think about his life. Creating something that somebody wants means they'll continually focus on driving towards it. So with Jeff, what I did was basically open his eyes to what his future could look like.
As I've got older, I thought, actually, I'd like to spend a bit more time doing that, but if the business is growing, you think, actually, I need some way to find, everybody uses the work-life balance, is actually sort of terminology, but it is that, regardless of working from home or working for the office or anything like that. I think your whole work-life balance for how you see your life. I do triathlon and I play golf and I sort of coach at triathlon and I coach at the football team. So I like to do lots of those sorts of things outside of work as well.
One of his key motivators was recognition by the peers and actually people he believed were above him in his industry. Food globally is a massive, massive industry, and he wants to be known as a thought leader in that particular industry. Now, he'd never thought of that before. So now what we're doing is channeling his business activity to ensure that they are the company of choice. He's got opportunities now in South America, North America, China, as a result of his focus on being known as, a thought leader in his industry.
Having Lawrence there, it again gives you that confidence in almost the decisions that you're looking to make or how you structure decisions.
7 weeks it took us for him to actually go, that's what I want to strive towards.
Probably working with Lawrence has helped me understand that they shouldn't have that guilt of not being in the office. It has been really nice, for me to have that sort of almost somebody to chat to about something, whereas normally I'd probably be making those decisions on my own.